If you ever wake up at exactly 3:17 a.m. and hear 3 slow knocks, do not answer them. Daniel Mercer didn't believe in superstition. He was a freelance crime photographer who had spent years capturing the worst moments of people's lives. He had seen blood on pavement, grief on faces, and darkness in human eyes. Ghost stories didn't frighten him. Silence. Death. He moved into a narrow townhouse at the end of Briar Lane, a quiet street where the houses leaned slightly inward as if whispering to each other. The landlord mentioned the place had been vacant for a long time. Daniel didn't care. Cheap rent was all that mattered. The first night felt normal. The second felt heavy. By the third night, Daniel noticed something strange. Every sound in the house seemed slightly delayed, like reality was echoing a second too late. When he placed a glass on the table, the clink seemed to follow after the motion. When he shut a drawer, the thud came a heartbeat later. At 3:17 a.m., he woke suddenly, not from a dream, from awareness. His room was completely dark, but his digital clock glowed red. 3:17. Then came the knock. Slow, hollow, deliberate. 3 times, but not on the bedroom door. Under the bed, Daniel's chest tightened. He lay perfectly still, staring at the ceiling. The knock came again, wood vibrating softly beneath the mattress. Knock. 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 Slowly, carefully, he leaned over the side of the bed and looked down. Nothing. Just darkness. He grabbed his phone and turned on the flashlight. The beam cut across dust and floorboards, empty space. He told himself it was the wood contracting. Old houses made noises. He lay back down. The knocking stopped. The next night, he prepared. He set up a small audio recorder on his nightstand. If there was a logical explanation, he would catch it. Again, 3:17 a.m. Again, he woke without knowing why. This time, the knock came from the bedroom door. 3 times. Slow. Intentional. Daniel sat up, adrenaline flooding his body. He stared at the door. The handle began to turn gently, as if someone were carefully testing it. He didn't move. The door creaked open a few inches. The hallway outside was pitch black. "Hello?" he called, his voice tight. No answer, but he felt it, the sense that something was standing just beyond the doorway, just outside the reach of his vision. He forced himself up and walked to the door. Every step felt heavier than it should have. He pulled it open fully. The hallway was empty, but the air was freezing. Not cold from weather cold like a deep freezer, dry and biting. He checked the house. All windows closed. All doors locked. When he returned to his bedroom, the recorder on the nightstand had fallen to the floor. He was sure he had placed it in the center. Hands shaking, he picked it up and pressed playback. At first, there was silence. Then at exactly 3:17 a.m., 3 knocks echoed clearly through the speaker, and beneath them, breathing. Not his. Something low and ragged. And after the third knock, a whisper. Closer. Daniel's throat went dry. The third night was worse. He didn't sleep. He sat awake with every light on, camera in hand. If something appeared, he would photograph it. 3:16 a.m. The house grew unnaturally quiet. Even the faint hum of electricity seemed to disappear. 3:17. No knock. Daniel waited 30 seconds past. Then his closet door slowly began to open. Not with a creak, with a smooth, deliberate glide. Inside the closet, the darkness looked wrong, thicker than the shadows in the rest of the room. It seemed to absorb the light rather than reflect it. Daniel lifted his camera and snapped a photo. The flash exploded across the room. For half a second, the closet was illuminated, and a so Italiano, a tall, impossibly thin figure crouched inside. Its limbs bent at unnatural angles. Its skin looked stretched too tight over sharp bones. Its face had no eyes. just smooth skin where they should have been, but its mouth was wide open, stretching far beyond human anatomy, revealing rows of narrow teeth. When the flash faded, the closet was empty again. Daniel's breathing became frantic. He checked the camera screen. The photo was there, but the figure was closer than it had been in reality. Its face was pressed against the lens.